Welcome to another episode of the Top Latino Who's Who, where we recognize and celebrate the achievements of leading Latino professionals across the United States. Today's episode takes us inside one of the most prestigious senior living communities in the nation. Joining us today is Mr. Julio Lopez, Director of Maintenance at the Palace at Coral Gables in Florida. For more than 13 years, Julio has played a vital role in maintaining one of America's most celebrated senior living communities. But Julio's story is about much more than maintaining a building. It's about leadership, innovation, compassion, and creating an environment where people thrive. We're honored to share his journey today. Julio, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. Now, Julio, I know you've been the Director of Maintenance at the Palace at Coral Gables for the past 13 years. What originally drew you to this role, and what has kept you inspired all of these years?
Thank you for asking. It's been a journey. I'm from New York, moved down here, and I found myself with the skills to act quicker and solve problems. And the Palace, it was a home for me. My mother is being sick, and we take care of senior living people. And that is kind of what drive me to do the best I can. And of course, having that motivation behind me, I got into know other people. Other people had the same situations as me, and I developed the heart. I'm here to understand and give the best to not only to myself but other communities and the elderly. We forget so much how much the pain they go through by being alone and nobody to understand them when they sick. And I found a connection, and somehow everything came naturally to me.
Yes, sir. So this is more of a passion for you then?
I think so. I think it was a lost passion. Like sometimes you go through a life, what am I supposed to do, or follow some path, but then you find another one that you said, you know what, I fit better on this one. And once I got into that model, kind of like I start seeing myself more. I like it, and I have the passion and the heart for it and the patience. So I took it from there, and everything grew naturally.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I know that the Palace is recognized as one of the most luxurious senior living communities in the country. What does it take, I mean, putting the passion aside, what does it take behind the scenes to maintain such an exceptional standard every single day?
I would say dedication. The dedication to put your hours without looking at it into an hour. It's more like you go to work and you find yourself your second home. Although that might not always be home is your work. You spend less time at home than you actually work all your life. And the people you work with there is your family. It's kind of like your second family. They probably know more about you than you know what your kids doing at this point. So it is, I believe, the dedication, the passion, and being able to balance all that at once.
Yes, sir. You're not watching the clock then, obviously, throughout the day.
Oh, no, the clock is watching me. I don't watch the clock.
Excellent. How would you describe your leadership philosophy? How has it shaped the culture of your department?
It started by understanding where I'm coming from and to pass it on the same context. I don't think you cannot be a leader without driving yourself, and you had to leave a footstep so others can walk with it. I don't see myself somebody who's higher than my coworkers. I see myself, I'm part of them. I'm passionate with them. And when they ask me to solve a situation, I take them with me so we can all solve it together. Sometimes we have fights like everybody else, but I had learn and teach them that that's what makes us different, but at the same time we are a team. When you sit down and listen to other opinions that you might don't agree, they might have the point, and they probably have a better solution than the one you think it is. And
Mhm.
that's probably the background that I had created with my guys, and as you know, have thrown me into the Gallop.
Yes, and mentioning that, I'm glad you brought that up. Um, it's obvious that you've done well. You have been recognized. I know in 2021 you were Manager of the Year by the Gallup Exceptional Workplace Awards. What did that recognition mean to you personally and professionally?
Thank you for asking that. It's been quite a journey on that one. I was not prepared for it. I'll be honest with you. It took me by surprise. The company signed me up for that, and that it totally blew my mind because I was in the 700 plus participants, and the next thing you know, there was I'm a top 100, then top 50, and then my heart started pounding, and that I was like, and then the next thing you know, I got a call. It's like, congratulations, you are top 21. Uh, to the company, it was an achievement more that it's something that they were not able to do, but I finally they got it through me, and I was like a very very happy representing them because I stay behind in what I love and what I do, and that was the palace is my home, literally, and that it was kind of like a nice to get back to the community and say, here I am, and I'm representing you guys, and it was wonderful. Personally, uh, it kind of like a blow my mind. I was like, I guess hard dedication, loyalty, work so many years, and it just it just really put me up there. I was like uh, Mr. Wonderful, I guess. That's kind of
Excellent.
like hard to describe it when you're not expecting something, but it is there for you. And then just took my trophy and I say, hey, let me give it my bitter lap.
Good for you. Good for you. And I know um, for the past 5 years, you have achieved a perfect 5.0 Gallup engagement survey score, which is extraordinary. What do you believe are the key factors behind such consistent team engagement and satisfaction?
I believe the behind it is to understand what the gallop is. When you have different employees every year and you still score the 5.0, is how well you educate other people. It's how you teach them what's the meaning behind it. And to someone that is not a winner, it's just a 5 points. Hey, let me score you 5 points and that's it. Just get it out of the way. I make sure that my team, all the guys, we sit down, we talk about it, we agree, we disagree, and at the end of the day, when it comes down to the score, I actually took me by surprise every time. Every time I was like, the guys is there, and I'm very proud of them, and I'm very proud to be their driver, their motivation. That is said, you know what? Uh, they see me as a leader, they follow me where I go, and I'm the one who tell them, listen, guys, you are front and behind. You need a push, I push you. I'm just the guy who represents you. No more, no less. I'm one of you, no matter the circumstances.
How's 2025 looking?
I'm 99.9 that I got it. I got another 5.0. Yes, yes. I live in that 0.1%, and that is not confirmed yet. I haven't received the scores, but that yeah, it looks pretty what we say dominant.
Mhm.
Pretty sure that it is there. No, I don't have no doubts, honestly.
Well, you definitely have my vote. And I would like to talk about something which I feel is pretty extraordinary as well. I know when you spoke to one of our representatives a few weeks back, you mentioned that during the COVID-19 pandemic, you took the initiative to organize video conferencing so the residents could stay connected with their families. It was such a simple idea. I'm surprised that nobody else thought of it, but what motivated you to take that step and what impact did it have on the residents?
Uh, Funny that you asked that when you say it was a simple idea. I'm sure probably somebody did it. They just probably were not recognized the way that I put it up there. Me as a maintenance director, the I believe most of the senior living facilities they got locked down because our job is to protect the elderly, and COVID was literally killing a lot of people.
Yeah.
People are dying, and when you feel yourself like more like in a prison, because we had to shut down, we need to protect them, and what was happening in the news is seeing New York, Chicago, I mean, other places, people dying constantly. I'm sure that all of us was worrying about not only for our fathers to grandfathers to kids. So I was at one point sitting down and somebody keeps calling me and say, can you fix my TV? Can you fix that? What's going on over there? We blinded. I happens that I made before the morning a video call to somebody how to teach them how to fix a TV. And then something said, you know what? I'm gonna call uh, this lady that she's worrying about her mother, and I call her and I say, "Hey, listen, I'm connecting you through your mobile phone. This is I mean, a standard video, and you can say hello, and I'm just gonna leave it set up for you. So every time you call her, you can say hello and actually see her physically and see how she's feeling and what we're doing in here. And that's started pretty much everything else because gas runs. This lady told someone else told another lady and another gentleman. The next thing I know, they were like calling the families through a simple video call, like the way we're doing right now. And that was like the impact they start making it to everybody because you were able to see someone. At least I know it was through a video, but you seeing them and the enjoyment that they said, I can see you. It's kind of like I almost touch you and see you crying, see you happy. I'm okay. I do believe it made the difference. When that going back to the Gallop, when I was getting interviewed, they asked me what was the most proud of that I did during that era. And I said, I think I was able to connect families uh, behind the scenes. And somehow it tells me that that was one of the key components when they were deciding what we have made the difference of where.
And I know that one of your personal mottos is failure is just a misunderstanding that can be resolved by development. Can you explain how this philosophy plays out in your day-to-day leadership?
Sure. On my day leadership, every time I had the meeting with my guys, I told them, to me, when I hire somebody, the high expectations is 100%. I don't know you, you don't know me. I want them to fail. I want them every day to make a mistake. And the reason why, as crazy as it sounds, is because we learn. If you fall, you stand up and you walk, learn how to run. And every time you made a mistake, is very value in life because this is how you learn not to do it again. And that's when I told the guys, leave your footprint behind, no walk in it, because other people's gonna follow the path and the walk that you made. Mistakes are there for you to learn. Mistakes are there for you to teach someone else's. Even if they fail in their own mistakes, to guide them how to stand up and continue, not only at work, but also in life. My whole life is limitless. I mean, we don't know what's our timing here. We might be hours away, or we might be another 100 years away. So it is this knowledge that we get, the push that we're gonna be in the future. And I do believe very strongly making mistakes is the right way to go, because it's gonna teach us how to do better, and creativity, and it opens another book.
Yes,
So
sir.
everybody can read.
So don't fear the mistakes,
I,
embrace
I,
them and learn from them.
I definitely know. I mean, I'm the one who I expect to fall every day, and and the same expectation I have for falling, I had a special. Okay, here we go again. Let's stand up and continue, because I might fall, but I'm not beat up. I might get beat up, but I'm not already lost. And at the end of the day, as long as you're still living and breathing, there's hope. And hope is pretty much a motivation for every human being on the planet who continue believing in something of themselves. I rather believe in myself and push myself to what's my limit. And when I get to the limit, push myself to the next limit. And yes, it gets tiring, but you know what? You just continue. Just set your mind
Yes.
to continue.
Yeah. I truly enjoy your leadership philosophy, your empathy. As a Latino professional in a leadership role, how important is representation to you? What message do you hope your journey sends to others?
Uh, as a Latino, I see myself. It's weird because yes, I'm 100% Latino, but I'm also 100% human. And when we divide the Latino, blacks, whites, yellows, reds, it's like, aren't we all supposed to be part of the wonderful rainbow that light
Right.
up the sky when it's raining, and we all so fascinated when we look at it? Why to describe? As personally, yes, I am proud who I am. I represent myself very well. I do not forget where I'm coming from, but I also know what I am. And knowing what I am, it makes me part of the team, part of the group that we all are. And they are one team, one together, and it calls planet. That's who we are. We are a planet, and not a color or an individual or a race or religion. That is something to do when you're born.
Yes, sir. Words to live by. Um, what advice would you give to younger professionals who aspire to leadership roles, but they may feel overwhelmed by responsibility or setbacks?
My advice to the younger leaders is fill yourself with knowledge, history, and culture. Uh, Once you understand those points, you be able to be a leader to people that might don't even speak the language, or people who might don't understand your background. But when you understand the background, it make it easier for you to how to tell somebody what to do something. They don't need to know where you're coming from. But if you're teaching someone, I think it's very important to know where they're coming from, what they're suffering. I mean, there's many cases where I'm with my workers, and they come, maybe they're having a very hard situation at home, and you're obligated to come to work. And if thought to me how enjoyable is gonna be the task for today, or am I gonna be the mean boss, or they say you come here to work 40 hours and I don't care your situation, I'm paying you for do this job. I think I get better result, but they say, hey, listen, I understand what you're going through. How can I help you today? And let's do this together. Or let me put some with someone else so we can do the task together. I think you get better results that way than just pushing somebody and say, I don't care who you are, you just come here to work. when you have that incentiveness, when you have 40 hours, someone that you gotta see every day, and they gonna be able to understand that you are a human being and you have problems at home, the job can become a lot easier, and you probably accomplish more in any single way. You produce more.
Perfect. Perfect. And obviously, again, you've seen great success. You've been recognized. I'm sure our listeners can understand why that is the case. What I really want to know is, how do you personally measure success?
I measure success is being able to smile at the end of the day and say, we got another one in. Being able to go home and wake up the next day and welcome the new challenge. And if we leave a challenge behind, again, going back and like, okay, we failed yesterday, here we are again. We're gonna ask the next person, how do you think we can tackle this? I mean, things don't go away magically, but I think we had the magic to put things away. And that's how I believe is the motto on that one.
Yes, sir. And for our listeners who would like to follow up with you, maybe if you can, be in a mentoring position or offer them advice, what's the best email address for them to contact you?
My best email address for contacting me would be jlopez9056@aol.com. That's my personal email. I try to always keep professional apart from my personal life, but I'm here to help anyone who wants to ask me a question. They'll say this, I'm a book, and anyone who wants to read it, come over, open the pages, and we can write a new chapter together.
Excellent. And Mr. Lopez, I have to say that your story is a powerful reminder that true excellence is built through consistency, compassion, and very importantly, a commitment to people. Like you said, we're humans. You maintain a world-class facility, you foster culture of trust, growth, and I truly feel that you exemplify what it means to lead with purpose. I want to thank you for your dedication, your leadership, and very importantly, joining us today.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Thank you very much.
Thank you for listening to the Top Latino Who's Who podcast. Since 2010, we have celebrated the accomplishments of the Latino community. If you would like to be featured, go to www.toplatinos.us. Be sure to like and subscribe.